welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie and welcome to another reading vlog. And today's reading vlog is just gonna be chill, just mood reading. We're gonna do some fun stuff, you know, just hanging around. This reading vlog is kind of gonna be a little hectic and a little fun because it is my last reading vlog here, like in this room, because I move in a week and a half, but I wanted to film one more reading vlog like this. I shouldn't say it's the last one that's ever going to be in this room because I'm come back for like Christmas and stuff. It's still my room, but for the time being, it's the last one for a little while. Also, for that reason, throughout this vlog, all of this, like my whole setup, you're going to see kind of go away because I will be packing up my books and bringing them with me. And you've already seen that video from last week of me packing up my books, so if you want to see which books I decided to bring with me, that video will be linked at the end of this video if you want to watch that. Yeah, anyway, so this week I will continue to be reading Words of Radiance, which is the second book in the Stormlight. I am on page 314. I'm not going to be talking too much about this book throughout because I talk so much about it, like in my last few vlogs, and I think I'm just going to continue to read it throughout the week, and then I'll let you know how far I got at the end of the vlog. Other books I was thinking I was gonna read is, I am not reading anything else right now, so we're gonna start fresh. I think today we're gonna start with Foxglove because I have just been dying to get to this book and I really want to read Wisteria when it comes out. And look how beautiful these edges are. I love a good sprayed edge. And I've been dying to get to this ever since I finished Belladonna. I was just waiting for this to come out. So I think I'm going to start with this one. If you don't know, Belladonna is kind of just a gothic YA fantasy and I absolutely love it. Like, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I've seen mixed reviews on it, but I really liked it. It's a fun mystery. There's a really fun mystery aspect. The vibes of where she lives, like Thorn Grove, is so like gothic fantasy and I am obsessed with it. Like, the vibes are just so immaculate in these, to be honest. And the last one ended on kind of cliffhanger, so I'm very excited to get to this. After this, I have no idea what I'm going to read, to be honest. I'm in between The Great Alone and The Spell Shop, so we'll see. Honestly, I'm just going to see how much I can read within the next week and see how it goes. I'm hoping to get done 2 books at the very least, maybe start a 3rd. Today, though, the plan for today is I'm going to go to Barnes, and I know I said I'm a book buying ban. I know I did, and I'm so bad. I know that, but book buying is how I self-soothe. It's really bad. I think you're gonna be able to, like, I am so out of my mind stressed out right now. I just need to go buy a few books. I know it's gonna make me feel better for like a moment in time. So I am going to go bookshop. I think there's a lot of books I want to get today. Like, since I haven't bought them in so long, it's gonna be hard not to go a little crazy, but there are a few like set in my mind that I know I'm gonna get, and whatever else is just like icing on the cake. When I get back, I will give you guys a little book haul. Then I ordered this new notebook. It's like a Habanichi notebook. It's like a week planner with like one size, just little portions for the week and one portion for like kind of collages. So when I get that this week, I really want to start journaling, but I'll show you guys what I mean when I get it. Speaking of journaling, I'm gonna do a little book journaling this week. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do, but I do want to make a new book journal spread. I think that's only the plans I have for this week, and then a lot of reading. So I am going to go get to Barnes and I'm gonna start Foxglove, and then I will come back a little bit later with a book haul. book haul time. I'm back from the Barnes now and I definitely got a hefty load. I have not been book shopping in a long time. Honestly, this was like literally just exactly what I needed. Like I feel like my love for reading is reignited. I spent so long in there. I just had so much fun. Also, there's so much more I could have like gotten, like so much more I wanted, but I was trying to like contain myself because there's a Barnes in the city that I'm moving to, so I think that's one of the first things I'm gonna do when I get there. I'm gonna like explore their Barnes and I am very excited to do that, so I'm saving a few for that. I've been wanting to read another Agatha Christie for a while. I forgot which one I read. It was the first one in like the Hercule Poirot one. I can't say it. I didn't know which one I wanted, but I knew I wanted one for like kind of the Halloween season, and I think I wanted Halloween Party, but I was so on the fence about it until I saw this special edition cover, or like I don't know if it's special edition, but it's definitely a hardcover. Just look at that, like look how pretty, like the orange and then like the pumpkin. It's just a beautiful cover. I knew I wanted to read another Agatha Christie around Halloween time, so I'm really excited that I have this edition of it, and I know I'm gonna like be Laura, she likes to eat the plastic of my Barnes bags. No, girl. So I am really happy that I have this. I'm so excited to display it. Pretty sure it's about a Halloween party turned deadly. I just love a good murder mystery. For those of you who don't know, I was born the day before Halloween, so I'm such a Halloween like fanatic. I love Halloween, love everything about it, so I need to read Halloween Party, of course. And I'm glad I have this edition. So the next book that I got is The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. I'm fairly certain I'm gonna read this pretty soon. I am so excited about this book. I know she has another series. I haven't read it yet. I've actually never read one by her, but I have heard phenomenal things about this book. So with my love with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies and Veronica Speedwell, like I just love those books. And like this one, I think she studies birds. Yes, and I love books where they study stuff. I don't know what it is. I just love academia. It's a rival ornithologist hunt through England for a rare magical bird in this historical fantasy rom-com reminiscent of Indiana Jones, but with manners, tea, and helicopter parasols. I love Indiana Jones. I love England. I love magical history rom-coms. So it sounds like the recipe for literally everything I love in this world. So I'm so excited to get to this, and I think I'm gonna get to it fairly soon because I have been in a huge romance mood lately. The next book that I got is Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. If you watched my August reset, you know this is actually on my August TBR, but I've had it on hold from the library for so long, and considering I move in like a week and a half, it's not looking good that I'm gonna get this book. So I was hoping I would, but since it's my book club book, I have to read it soon. There's a little dog in the corner of the cover. I think that's so cute. I think that's how they meet. I think they meet like with like a little meet cute with the dog. I think her dog pees on him or something. Summer is almost over. To me, it's basically fall. So I need to get this next book. Actually, I'm gonna put you right here. We might be reading that in this vlog, but we'll see. The next book that I got is Glow by Raven Kennedy. This is the 4th book in the Plated Prisoner series. I just finished Gleam, which is the 3rd one. If you watched my reading vlog for that, it was the spinner wheel one. I rated that one 5 stars. I absolutely adore these books, and the last one ended on quite a cliffhanger, and I'm just so excited to get back into it and finish the series. I think the last one comes out late August, so I only have 2 more to go, but they're long, but I read them so fast, and I had to have the next book. That's why I went to Barnes today pretty much. So went in for 1 book, left with 6. Then the next book I got, if you can't tell, I'm starting to build up my fall TBR. I got The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but like one bookish tradition that I do every single October is I read a witchy romance novel. I love witches and I love romance, so it's one of my favorite things I do every October. So I've known this is the one I was going to read this October for quite a while. I think I've read The Ex-Hex, and there's a few more I've read I read all the X-Hexes, a few others. I'm forgetting what they were called. The X-Hex has been my favorite so far, but this one I've heard really phenomenal things about. It says a warm and uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. And one of the blurbs at the bottom says a warm and witchy hug of a book. And I love cozy books. I love witchy books, so I'm so excited to get to this in the fall. And the last book that I got is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I have been wanting to read an Adrienne Young book for quite a while now, and this one has caught my eye every single time I've been into Barnes. I've just never picked it up, but this time I did. It was just really speaking to me today. I just think the cover is absolutely gorgeous. I think it is a fiction novel, but with elements of fantasy, like fantastical elements, which is my favorite kind of fiction to read. So I'm very excited about this. It's pretty short too. It says a woman risks everything to end her family's century-old curse, solve her mother's disappearance, and find love in this mesmerizing novel. Another book by her that's caught my eye is Spells for Forgetting. So if I like this, I will get that book. Also, I got a sticker sheet. I don't know where it is, but I'll show it to you guys later if I can find it. It had like pumpkins and cats on it. So those are all the books that I got. Today, I think I'm going to film my video for packing up my books, so it's gonna look a little different in here for the rest of the vlog. Then I think I'm going to get a good chunk of Foxglove done. I read just the prologue and already I'm loving it. I love these books, guys. Like, I love this Belladonna series and I'm already like back into it, loving it. So I definitely want to get a little bit further in. Also, Literally Criminal, the first book is on Kindle Unlimited and this one is not. It's rude. Was not happy about that, but I'm gonna read more of this tonight, and then I will update you guys with more feelings that I have on it tomorrow. I just wanted to hop on and give a little update about Foxglove. What did I do today? Today I made, I think it was from the last clip, I've been seeing like blueberry syrup all over my TikTok For You page and I decided to do it. It was really good. Honestly though, I couldn't really taste that much of the blueberry, but it was still fun. It was still a good time. So anyway, Foxglove. I am on page 254 and I am very much thoroughly enjoying this book. I absolutely love the Belladonna series, and the more I read it, the more I love it. I feel like when I read Belladonna, like the first like 100 pages, I was a little like, this is good, but like nothing like exceptional. But then like the second half, I was like, oh, I'm vibing with this. And then with this one, same thing. Like the further I get in, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Don't know if this is gonna be 5 stars yet, but like right now I'm kind of possibly getting that feeling. Definitely in the 4-star range, like upper 4-star range, but we'll see how it ends. I'm very intrigued because I have some theories for sure. I'll let you know if I'm right or not. This book specifically, I think I like it even more than Belladonna. It was so like gripping from the first page. Even like the character development, and like I'm obsessed with the characters. We're introduced to a new character. As I said, there was Death and now there's like kind of another character like Death that has entered the picture, and he's definitely an interesting character. I don't know really what to think of him. He's causing some trouble. There's definitely been like some plot developments which I've really been enjoying. It's so fast paced. Like this is kind of like a gothic fantasy, and the way Alan Grace like writes this environment, it's phenomenal. Like I feel like I'm there the way she writes it, and it makes me feel like the way I'm picturing it like feels like a gothic fairy tale. Literally so much fun. I'm obsessed with it. Like the way she describes Thorn Grove, it's so like medieval gothic castle. What I'm trying to say is the way she describes her scenery and her settings is like, it feels like a fairy tale, and that's like one of my absolute favorite things in the world. So I have truly been enjoying that. I'm also loving the mystery in this because the other one ended like, these books kind of follow like murder mysteries. It's embedded, it's kind of mystery slash fantasy, I would say. The first book followed like she was trying to solve a mystery with like fantasy elements thrown in. Same thing with this one, like there's a new mystery that it's set up at the end of book 1, and this mystery is so good. Like I truly have no idea where Adeline Grace is going with this story, and it is keeping me on the edge of my seat. I just got to part 2, and I'm definitely gonna read some more tonight, and I'm hoping to finish this book tomorrow. I also ordered my Habanichi notebook, and I want to start next week. So I'm gonna finish this tomorrow, and then I leave Saturday and I come home Monday, so the vlog will resume on Monday. And that is, I think I'm gonna show you guys some journaling in my new notebook, and I'm very excited for that. And we'll start a new book then, and I'm hoping to read 2 more books in this vlog as well as finish this one. For right now, I think I'm gonna do a little bit more of reading for this tonight. I don't know, today's been a very anxious day. I've just been so anxious today. It's just been a day, but you know, that's okay because we always have reading for comfort. Also, I didn't talk about this. This is so temporary. I don't love this setup. I actually really like the bookshelf here. I just don't like this being in front of it. If you watch my last video, that will explain all this. These are all the books I'm bringing with me to school, and this is gonna be like the setup. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of off topic, but absolutely loving this. I'm having so much fun, and I will update you guys, I think, when I finish. I have officially finished Foxglove, and I absolutely loved this book. I could not put it down. I read it so fast. The ending was really good. I think I'm gonna rate it somewhere between a 4-star and a 4.5. It definitely wasn't absolutely a 5-star read for me, just because I predicted the ending from like halfway through the book. It was pretty predictable. If I didn't predict it, the rating would have been a lot higher. Also, I think the way that this story is leading to the last book, I think Adeline Grace is kind of doing a Caraval situation where the first book focused on this one character. I feel like that's kind of what's going on. Like, we started with Signa, we got Signa in this book as well, but sometimes I felt like her story was taking a bit of a backseat to another character, and the way it's being set up, that character's definitely going to take center stage for the last book. I can't say that I particularly enjoy that. Like, I like this character, I like that she's gotten more of a spotlight in this book, but I still really care for Signa, and I've grown to really love her, and I hope that the story's not going that way. But it kind of like felt like her Signa's story kind of like was like wrapped up, and they're like, oh, like let's focus our attention focused on her now, but I'm like, I don't feel like her stories have wrapped up. Like, I still have questions. I still want to know what is going to happen with her. So I hope that she still has a big role in the last book, because she is the main character. So I'm hoping that doesn't kind of do that shift, but I do like to see the other characters getting their moment and like hearing their story, because I'm also intrigued by them, but like I still want my main character, you know? So the next book comes out in like 4 days. I probably will read it next month on my Kindle at some point. So I'm very excited about that. I'm still very excited to read it because I really love these books. The gothic vibes are so perfect. There's one character in here that reminds me so much of Jax from Once Upon a Broken Heart. To be honest, this whole kind of feeling is like, it feels like Caraval, Once Upon a Broken Heart. Like, the plots are so vastly different, but it is the first time since reading those books that I have felt even a semblance of that feeling that those books gave me. And you know, I absolutely adore Stephanie Garber, so any book that kind of makes me feel a little bit back into that world, I will take it, I will love it, I will run with it. And I just absolutely adored it, and I'm very excited to see where the story goes and how it wraps up. So we're gonna start a new book. It's only 2 o'clock, so I could probably start another book today. The 3 books that I'm thinking the most is The Great Alone, Summer Romance, or The Spell Shop. I know I've said I will actually read it this time. I think what I'm thinking is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna, from pondering it a little bit, because I think The Spell Shop, I've heard it gives like, it's super cozy and super whimsical, and I think that this book could be pushed to read in September. And I think I would love the cozy vibes during like the beginning of the fall months. So I think this is a book that would be okay to be pushed to the September TBR. And Summer Romance, I do need to read this month because it's a book club pick, and it is like, in my head it's the last month of summer, but I think I will read this while I'm like actually moving. I think something fun and light, like I've heard it described kind of like as Emily Henry vibes, and I think I'm going to like that as like just like a complete brain break while I'm doing that. So I'm gonna save that for that. And I really want to get to The Great Alone this month. This was one book that I went this month being like, okay girl, you put this on so many TBRs, you just have to read it. So I think now is finally it's time. I think like a literary fiction that's gonna like make me really feel something is definitely something that I really am in the mood for. Like, I'm in the mood for just like a story, and I just love Kristen Hanna. I was like actually in the bookstore the other day and I was looking at her new release, The Woman, and someone was like, oh my god, that's so good. Like, we all the girlies just bond over loving Kristen Hanna because she's just that girl. I think it's Alaska 1974 is the time, and it is this sweeping, unforgettable portrait of human frailty and resilience spans the decades in a place of incomparable beauty and danger, where a family learns the truth about the wildness that lives in both man and nature. And that sounds so good. I just love Kristen Hanna. Like, the way she story tells is just so magnificent. Absolutely adored The Nightingale. Like, it's one of my favorite books of all time. So I'm super excited to see what I think of her other books, because I want to read all her books at some point. So this is the second book by her that I'm reading, and I'm just so excited that I'm finally getting to it. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this today. Probably won't get too far. Definitely will start to make a big dent this weekend and next week. So I will let you know how I'm feeling when I get a little bit further in. I just wanted to pop in for a quick update. I am running out of the house to go to IKEA with my mom to pick up some shelves. So I'm gonna bring you guys with me to pick out some bookshelves for my new place today, which I'm so excited about. I think I'm gonna do like some wall hanging shelves, which I think are gonna look really good. But I also want to do a quick update on The Great Alone. I just got to the next like 1978, which is like the next like time jump. I'm on page like 200 and I am absolutely loving this book. It definitely had kind of a slow start, but I'm so invested in these characters now, and like it kind of follows this girl, and her dad is a Vietnam veteran and gets this place from one of his war buddies in Alaska, and they move, and it's so much harder to live there than they imagined, but like her and her mom are trying to support their dad, and the dad has PTSD and he can get really volatile. It's kind of struggles like battling the dangers outside and inside, and I think that's really interesting to read about. I also love like the townspeople in this book. Like it's like a population of like 30, and she's made like one friend, Matthew, and he is just the sweetest. It's like her first, she moved around a lot, so it's like her first friend she's had, and I really love their dynamic. It touches on some very dark topics though, so I would definitely check some trigger warnings before going into this book. However, I am really loving this, but that's kind of all I have to say about it right now. But also I wanted to hop in and say I crocheted this yesterday. It is a little can koozie, and technically this is for my boyfriend's birthday, but this vlog will go up like 2 days before his birthday, and I highly doubt he's gonna watch this, so, but I thought it was really cute and I just love this design. Anyway, I'm hoping to read at least 100 more-ish pages of this today. The time jump just went, like she was 13 when the book started, and now it's jumped to she's 17 years old, and it kind of ended like the 1974 kind of ended like a little like open-ended, like don't know how this is gonna work out kind of thing. So I guess we're gonna find out how it did. Yeah, I think I will read more of this today, and I'll update you guys when I get a little further in. I really hope to finish this. I really want to finish one more book in this vlog, but today's Tuesday and I'm ending the vlog on Friday. I know I'll be able to finish this by Friday, but I don't know if we're gonna read another book, but I'm hoping to, because there's another book I really want to read. So I will update you guys a little later, and now we're gonna go get my bookshelves. Hi guys, it is the next day now, and I literally finished The Great Alone like in one night. Like I was on page 250 around there, and I got to 550. Like I don't think I have binged a book that like wasn't for a challenge in so long like that. Like I did this on my own prerogative, which hasn't happened in a really long time for me. Kristen Hanna is a genius. She has done it again. Like I know my updates prior to this have been like, oh, like I'm really enjoying it, blah blah blah. Like it starts off a little slow, but like once I got to like, there's a time jump around 200 pages in, and once I got to that time jump I was like hooked and I needed to know what was coming next. The way she told the story, like I cried literally, not even at the end, like I cried in the middle of it and I was like shaking. I'm like tensing up, like it was crazy. I was stressed out. And this book was just phenomenal, to be honest. Like I just absolutely adored it and I rated it 5 stars. Absolutely, this book got 5 stars. I read it in like one night. I was hooked. It was like, you know, 5 stars is like just a feeling, you know. The Nightingale was also 5 stars. Honestly, I think this book was just as good as The Nightingale. They're very, very different books, but that same storytelling element is still there. What I really like, as I've noticed in a theme in her books, is women relying on other women, like women coming together as a community to uplift each other and support each other, and that always becomes like the backbone of their societies. Women relying on women, women supporting women, and I just really love that because like the mother-daughter dynamics, the townspeople and like the women in this town, so just kind and they helped out like her and her mother so much when they were going through so much trauma and abuse. And I really like the way that the mother and daughter always leaned on each other. I am definitely going to read another Kristen Hanna pretty soon. Like I'm really, like I said, I'm trying to get through like her works, and this is my second book I've read by her. I really want to read Firefly Lane next, but for me that book kind of gives summer, so I feel like I might read Winter Garden next. Let me know if you've read any Kristen Hanna books other than these two, and like which ones were your favorite and which one do you think I should read next. Also, if you're going to read this, there is a lot of domestic violence, so if that is something that you don't want to read about, that's like the main thing in this book. So just to let you guys know, I will think about this book forever like I do with The Nightingale. I think it's art, since I wasn't planning on finishing it by Wednesday, so I definitely can read another book this week, and I think I'm gonna go with The Housemaid is Watching. This is the 3rd book in the Housemaid trilogy, and it's the last book. I have been really wanting to get to this. The Housemaid is one of my favorite thrillers of all time, and I've heard really mixed things about this. I needed to see for myself what I thought, and I adore her books, so she always keeps me on the edge of my seat. I also just want to know how this trilogy is going to wrap up and where they're gonna go from here. So I don't want to say too much about like the plot or anything because it's the 3rd book, but I'm definitely excited to get to it. I'm gonna do a bit of journaling today because I have this series tracker right here, but as you can see, it is pretty much all filled up. I did leave a page on the other side for another series tracker because I started a lot of series, so I knew I was gonna need another page. So I think I'm gonna fill in this page today and probably listen to a little bit of Words of Radiance on audio because I haven't been talking about it. I will at the end of the vlog, but I have been sporadically reading Words of Radiance throughout the week. I have really been enjoying that too. And then yesterday, as you can see, I went to IKEA. I'm sorry I did not get a lot of footage in there. It's like scary in there and I was stressed. It brings out the worst of people, but I did want to give a little haul. I got some books, some floating shelves, so those are in my garage. They're huge, but I'm excited to put those up. I'm very excited to put those up when I get there. They also had these little like spooky candles for Halloween, like a little ghost and these bats, and I just thought these were adorable. I thought they would be really cute on the shelves. I also found this little candle holder, which I thought, it's such a stupid purchase, but like I really thought it would look cute. Like it opens up like this, you can put little candles in it, and I thought it would look so cute on a bookshelf, so I was really excited about that. That's the like random things I got at IKEA. Then I'm gonna get into The Housemaid too, and then I'll give you guys an update when I get a little further into it. what has gotten into me in this vlog with like the speed reading or like the binge reading, because I have flown through this book today. Like I thought this was gonna take me like a day or two to read, but I feel like I shouldn't be surprised because Freida McFadden books I literally read in like 3 or 4 hours, which is a crazy speed for me because I never read books that fast. These books, truly I fly by. I don't know where the day went. That being said, I don't love it, and I know that sounds like weird. It feels counterintuitive that like I've been reading it all day but like not loving it, but like it's a weird mix of that, because for me this book, like this is the 3rd book and we're following the same characters since book 1. The characters' actions, especially one in particular, feels very out of character for them. I'm like, who is this man? Like it's not aligning with the first 2 books, which like I absolutely adored, and I don't love the plot that it's like fallen into because of it, and it's like a ton of miscommunication. I don't understand why the book is going in this direction because it doesn't line up with any of the characters' like previous actions in any way, shape, or form. So I'm like just really confused. I just did get to part 3 and I have about 100 pages left, and a crazy plot twist just happened. I wanted to update you guys before. I'm definitely like, I didn't expect to finish this today, but I guess that's where we are. So I wanted to update you guys before I finished, and like not just like say like I'm starting this morning and then come back on and be like, oh, I finished. I want to like tell you guys how I'm feeling kind of near the middle. I cannot believe I've read this so fast. Like I remember reading The Housemaid in literally like 1 sitting. I don't think I think I sat down, opened the book, and didn't stand up until the book was done, which I don't do very often. That's kind of what's happening with this one. But again, like I just don't enjoy it as much as the other 2. Just pure, like entertained, yes, I am as entertained as the last 2. Freida McFadden is really good at leaving every single chapter on a cliffhanger or an uneasy feeling, which I love about her writing. It's what makes her a really great thriller author. Like my frustration and like confusion over like what was going on in this story kind of overturned that. I feel like it might have been okay being a duology. I am still like, I'm enjoying it because I'm entertained, but plot wise, character wise, I'm not vibing with it. But I am gonna finish this because I am obviously like I am entranced, so I need to know how it's gonna end. So I'm gonna finish this tonight, and then I will let you guys know how I'm feeling tomorrow. Hi guys, it is the next day now and the last day of the reading vlog. I wanted to finish out and let you guys know that I did finish The Housemaid is Watching, and I ended up liking this book, definitely not as much as the other 2. It was a solid thriller. I really liked the ending. I did not see it coming. The book kept me on my toes the entire time. Like I pretty much read it in 1 sitting, and that's how I always read Freida McFadden's books. So I am going to rate this, I think around like 3 to 3.5 stars, just because the characters were acting so out of character. I really did not like the direction she took one of her characters. I wish that it was a little bit more working together, like as a team, I guess. I don't want to give too much away because this is the 3rd book, but overall I did enjoy my time reading it. It didn't stand out to me like the other 2 did, especially the first one. Still a very solid thriller. Really enjoyed this. And then the rest of this week, I also want to give you a little update because I haven't been talking about Words of Radiance at all throughout this vlog, but I have been reading it throughout the week. I am on page 382 at the moment. I am very close. I was hoping to get to part 2 by the end of the week. I have 10 more pages, so I'll probably just finish that today. Like I love about his books, like right before you get to like the next part, it always like rises, and then it like calms down and then goes and then goes down. So I'm like kind of at an up part right now, so I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, overall still really enjoying this book. These books for me are so like slow and steady wins the race. Once I get to like the 700 page mark, I'll probably like solely focus on this. It'll take me forever to read this if I don't do that, and I won't have any other books read, and I have too many books in my TBR to do that. But overall really liking this so far. And a few characters are coming back from like the first one, and I'm starting to like see connections from like his other books. I'm just really liking it. I also read The Great Alone this week, and really like, you guys know my thoughts. Absolutely adored this book. Still a solid 5-star read. And then I also read Foxglove this week by Adeline Grace, and I absolutely loved this one as well. This was a really great reading week for me. This book had the gothic elements that I love. It had the mystery that was so much fun. It had some spooky elements, which I adored. Yeah, I think my overall rating for this is probably 4.5, 4.25, 4.5, I think. I think I'm gonna settle on a 4.5 though, because I just love these books and I love this character. I love these characters, and I'm so excited for Wisteria that has come out, and I'll probably read that next month. So this has been the reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I had so much fun this week just because I was taking full advantage of being at home and all this free time, because the next reading vlog you'll see me in, I will be starting school. I will be in a completely new setting. I move in 4 days and I am terrified. But I hope you guys enjoyed this week's reading vlog. If you have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I always really appreciate it. If you like my videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to see any other kinds of videos from me, also comment that down below. I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!